the chapel of my chest, I did small funerals for every night. I kept the ashes of our promises and let them settle in my plight. Moonlight poured like milk through the curtains. It tasted of old pain, and I stitched my heart with two light. Thread of silver, thread of rain. You dressed and donned away a sinner, dresses for confessions light, and folded up our hollow prayers to carry to a newer sight. You did not wait for me to heal. You left the candles in their drip. You left the amber hung hallway and a lullaby at your fingertip. You did not wait for me to learn how grief unhooks its thorny seam. You left me kneeling in a ruined house, barefoot in a fevered dream. I grew a garden in the attic from the seeds of all we said. Roses went to darkness black and lilies bowed their heads. I learned the syntax of the ache, how silence answers silence back, how every mirror keeps a bruise and every clock retells the crack. You took the map of morning, pressed it, folded into light, and walked across a world I could not walk towards through my night. You did not wait for me to heal. You left the candles in their drip. You left the amber hung hallway and a lullaby at your fingertip. You did not wait for me to learn how grief unhooks its thorny seam. You left me kneeling in a ruined house, barefoot in a fevered dream. Forgiveness sits like a raven on the ridge of my remains. Its feathered ink writes no excuse across the ledger of our names. Maybe love is not a harbor where both vessels come to rest. Perhaps it is a comet bright and brief that severs what it blessed. I offered up my hours like pale coins for passage through your eyes, but passage is a narrow thing and you wanted wider skies. Now I pace the nave of memory where stained glass keeps its blush. The saints have lost their color, the altar gathers dust and rust. I press my palm against the pane, it answers with a cold that sings. The small particles of sorrow tend the slow returning things. You went to find a morning that would not recognize our name. You did not wait while I became an ember kindled by my shame. You did not wait for me to heal. You left like rain that runs away. You took the string of ordinary nights and braided them with day. You did not wait for me to gather all the pieces of the seam. You left me learning how to fashion light from grief's grey gleam. So keep your sun and keep your streets that smell of salt and spice. I will remain a quieter church with pews of weathered ice. When roses born of sorrow split their shells and spill their rue, I will not call your name aloud, I will be the morning new. You did not wait for me to heal, then let the bell be tolled and ground. I will tend my small sacred wounds until new fate is found.